Welcome back to the Aim with Speed video library. Today we are looking at banking 2 rails in the corner. On the surface, this looks like a fairly straightforward shot, but it is more difficult than it looks. We're going to start by looking at the typical aiming numbers, and then I'll discuss a few ways that you can calibrate this shot to your table.
So from diamond 2, I shoot through 2.4. Diamond 3, I shoot through 2.9. From diamond 4, I shoot through 3.3. Diamond 5, I shoot through 3.6. These are all medium speed, and there is a pattern here. Let's see if you can figure it out. We've got a pattern of +5, +4, +3.
If you're paying close attention, you may have noticed that there's a discrepancy between these numbers and the numbers that I presented when I showed the map of every bank shot that's possible from the third diamond across the entire table. So what do I mean by that? Well, in this video, I've shown that diamond 3 shoots 2 in the corner through diamond 2.9. But in the bank shot map video of the end rail first, I showed it going 3 through 3.1. So what's going on here? Let me try to explain.
So I'm going to show shooting through each point from all 4 corners. This is shooting from diamond 3 through 3.1. You can see it does not go in from that corner. And instead I shoot through 2.9. And it goes in. So apparently 3 shoots through 2.9. Let's check another corner. We'll shoot 3 through 3.1 again. And it goes in. 3 through 2.9, and it goes in. I'm going to keep shooting here, and you're going to see that my table is slightly inconsistent. From some pockets, it pockets from 2.9 and some through 3.1. So most people would say, well, it's pretty obvious here that maybe you should just aim through diamond 3. Well, I'm actually interested in getting the most common aiming point for most tables. And while my table typically shoots for a maximum medium speed through about 3.1, I find most tables are closer to that 2.9 number. So that's what I'm going to update in my shot charts. And in a moment, I'm going to talk about how you can calibrate this shot for your table, including not only the diamond 3 marker, but how to expand that to the other aiming points.
Let me give you a way you can diagnose your table to figure out what numbers are most likely going to work for you. What you're going to do is you're going to start at diamond 3, and you're going to start trying to aim maybe through around diamond 2.8. Try that shot, center ball hit, medium speed, and see how it goes. And then shoot through 2.9, and then shoot through 3, 3.1, and 3.2. It's likely you're going to find one of those patterns is more consistent than the others. And once you've settled on a number that you think is your aiming point, you are going to move your whole operation over, and you're going to go from the other diamond 3, shooting the other orientation. You're going to try the number you just found and see if it's a little different, and you're going to try it from every corner on the table in all 4 orientations, and keep shooting it until you feel satisfied with the best aiming point for diamond 3.
Now fill in your number to the diamond 3 spot and complete the pattern around it for the +5, 4, 3, and 2. For example, if you were at diamond 3, you would end up doing 2.5, 3, 3.4, and 3.7.
There's 2 more aiming points I want to mention for this shot that are possible but not as reliable. From 6, if we continue our pattern of +5, +4, +3, we'd be at 3.6, +2 is 3.8. And you can see that we're going to be aiming right in that extreme of where we're hitting the edge of the pocket. Now, speaking from experience, I know that you have to shoot this shot not too hard. If you drive the shot fast, it's kind of going to slip off that rail and it's going to run wide. Make sure you don't hit this too hard, and make sure you don't hit too close to the tip. 6 through 3.8. In the other extreme, shooting from diamond 1, it would seem we would just do our 2, 3, 4, 5. From our diamond 2 position, it would be 6 away, or 0.6. But it's a lot further than that in my experience. Whatever your diamond position for 2, in this case 2 through 2.4, you would actually skip a whole diamond this way, even maybe 1.1. It's generally a whole diamond off when you just skip 1 diamond here. So that would be 1.4 on this table. Let's see if I can get it to go. Now the speed adjustments is another area where you're going to have to diagnose your table because some weird things can happen here too. Let me show you from diamond 2, my aim would be through 2.4 medium speed. And as usual, we can cheat in either direction. Well, if we cheat to the right, that is in this case lower by 0.3, that would be our slow speed adjustment is down by 0.3. So I'm going to go from 2.4 to 2.1. I'm going to hit this slow speed and it's going to go in. My medium speed, of course, was 2.4. Let's just show that. So I'm going to up the pace a little bit here through 2.4. So then it would seem what I need to do next is add 0.3 in the other direction. If you follow my patterns, it goes on either side. So 2.4 plus 0.3 would be 2.7, and this would go to my fast speed shot. But it doesn't. There is a discrepancy between this table and I think other 8-foot tables and 9-foot tables and 7-foot tables where sometimes it works with 0.3 in either direction. But on this table, it doesn't work in both directions. They go in the same direction. Now this is crazy. 2 through 2.4, that's my medium speed line. Minus 0.3 is my slow speed line. It would seem again that it would go this way for fast speed, but it doesn't. I find on this table it cheats by about 0.1 towards the slow speed line. So this is 2 through 2.3. Fast speed. So this is something you're going to have to diagnose on your table. You're going to want to test. Once you find your medium speed line of aim, you're going to want to try plus and minus 0.3 with fast and slow speed, see if that works. But if that doesn't work, especially for fast speed, try cheating your fast speed towards your slow speed line of aim just a touch and see if that works for you like it does on this table.
So check out my shot chart for 2 in the corner. You'll notice I've skipped 1 and 6 as they are less reliable, and I've given the fast and slow speed adjustments for the more common plus and minus range. You'll notice too, as you approach the corner 4 and 5, your speed window collapses a little bit and it's not as wide on either side.
This also works as a kicking system, but keep in mind you need to have a really pure center ball hit and be attentive to your speed, especially as the distance of the cue ball gets away from the table. You've got to up your power to make sure it's not rolling on impact. So 2 through 2.4 should be a kick. We have 3 through our 2.9, a little bit harder. 4 through 3.2. And we have our 5 through 3.6. One final thing on the kick shot, if you want to kick in either direction, so instead of coming straight into the pocket, if you want to cheat on this side or cheat on this side to hit the 3 or the 5, you would need to think about the general pattern that's going on here. Now, many people think a 2-rail shot is a parallel system and they think it goes in and out like that, but it doesn't go in a perfect parallel way. It actually is more like a U or a V that kind of opens up as you move on the table. So let me set up the general idea here. So let's say it was something like this and this was your line through 3. And you thought, well, that's going to go dead center on the pocket. If you want to hit the 5, you need to open up a little bit. You need to open the U, which means you're going to shoot less in this direction. So cheating up this way is going to go the opposite way on this rail. However, if you were on your pattern and you thought, oh, I need to cheat this way, if you're cheating up this way, you need to tighten this U up a little bit and you're going to aim in this direction. And that's going to help you cheat up on that end of the pocket. So from 3, if I want to hit the 3, I would need to tighten that window. So I'm going to aim more through about maybe 3.2, something like this medium speed. Goes down and touches the 3. If I want to hit the 5, I would have to cheat the other direction. So 2.9, maybe 2.7. We got it.
Note that slow speed will react closer to a parallel U pattern, but fast speed will react in a wider V pattern.
As a final note, I want to mention that I categorize this as a level 2 priority, which means it's valuable, but it's not essential. The truth is the relative difficulty of this shot is a bit harder than those 1-rail patterns, and the relative frequency is not quite as often, but it's still a fairly makeable shot and a fairly regular pattern that you're going to see. So you're going to want to practice this.
And of course, you get this document and more at Poolometry.com. In my Aim with Speed manual, you can also get my free decimal diamond markers, and you can download the shot charts you have seen here.